Good morning, guys. Welcome to the Fearless Morning Show. I have no idea why I sang that. No idea. But since you guys know I can already sing, that is a great thing. Hope everybody had a great weekend. My co-host is coming on in just shortly. And we are excited to get the Fearless Morning Show going. We'll be having the quote of the day. We will be having the Fearless Moment of the day. And if you would like to be featured in the Fearless Moment, so the Fearless Moment is going to be a part of every morning as well. And with that, we will, if you want to be part of the Fearless Moment, just send me or Lynn Dimmons an email, a message on Facebook telling us what's the fearless thing that you've done today, or something that you've learned from our video. Then we will share that on the next day. And if you don't know how to get in contact with us, we're all over social media. Hers is Dimmons Speaks. And of course, you can use my Facebook here. But if you're on Twitter or Instagram, it's just my first name, which is Young Mitra. And there's only one of me. So it's easy to find. I'll give Lynn just another second. There she is. We're going to add Lynn. Did it get started?
Hey, good morning. Can you hear me?
Morning, Lynn.
Hey.
Yes.
Welcome to the. Sorry about the technical difficulties this morning, but the quote of the day, I definitely want to go ahead and share that with you. It takes less time to do things right than to explain why you did it wrong. And I'm talking to myself this morning, guys. One of those people who would try to go in there and get it done as quickly as possible. Not meaning that let me just share this. Not that I'm not a perfectionist in many cases. I am on the things that I care about, right? But those things that are less pressing, let's say, that are less of a priority, I need to get those done as quickly as possible. So I'm talking to myself this morning with that quote. Do things, takes less time to do things right?
Right.
Why you did it wrong.
Right.
So good morning, JoJo. How you doing on this fearless morning?
I am doing wonderful. It is Monday. It's Motivation Monday. And I think they're going to be excited about what we got for today.
Yeah. And I too. Let's talk really quickly about this fearless moment in the news today. So I don't know if you guys have heard about it, but P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, Sean Puffy Combs, whatever name he's going by these days.
Right.
Decided to change his name. His name is no longer P. Diddy, any of those Puffy, any of those things that you would probably call him. He says, why is he changing his name? Because he's a different person. So his name is now Love. He's Brother Love, and that's the only name he was responding to. So I guess that's a fearless moment in the news, because you have to be fearless just to change your name like that. But I guess
yes, you do.
When you start making money like P. Diddy, then you have that right?
That's right.
And whatever you want to do. Awesome.
That is for sure. Today, guys, motivate. And Lynn, you going to start us off, Lynn? I'll give the topic. You want to start us off?
Sure. If you already given the topic.
No, not yet. I was telling them how they could be part of the fearless moment. If they have done any of our suggestions through the week, to send either one of us a message through Facebook or on our websites, and we'll be glad to feature them in the Fearless Moment of the Day.
Okay. Awesome.
All right.
Awesome.
So today it's Motivational Monday. So we're talking about how to be bold enough to be the disruption in your own life. And I was telling them, I love those two words together. Be bold enough to be the disruption in your own life. Are you going to be bold enough to make changes in your life? And those changes are going to be so big that it's going to be a huge disruption. And so Lynn is going to talk about that disruption in your finances this morning.
Yeah, so this is a perfect tie-in, JoJo. I'm so glad that this is the topic this morning. This is a perfect tie-in to the different things we've been talking about, because we started out talking about lying to yourself, right?
Yes.
Yes. Why do we lie to ourselves? Because we want to fit this mold. But now today we're talking about being the disruption, being the change, being the real you, if you will, being your authentic self. So how do you move to that point in your finances? One of the key things I would definitely share when we talk about this is, of course, having a vision for your finances. What's your why? Why are you doing this? Where do you see yourself in your finances? I'm sure that you don't want to continue to be broke. And I love Danielle Winningham shared this on the other night. She said, basically, someone responded and said, money doesn't bring you happiness. She said, but I can tell you that brokenness doesn't bring you happiness. Homelessness doesn't bring you happiness. Having your car repoed doesn't bring you happiness.
Right.
So how do you become the disruption in your life so
right.
that you can get your finances on track? So being able to be that disruption, I would suggest that you do several things. Once you have your vision, of course, setting goals. And some people may say, oh, that's so cliche. We do that all the time. We talk about it all the time. But what's most important is not only setting those goals, guys, but being specific when you're setting your goals and actually having a financial goal with an end in mind. What are those baby steps that you are going to take to get to that point? For example, in a couple of weeks, it's Thanksgiving. Many of us will be traveling. Did you budget for those expenses to travel for Thanksgiving, to go to grandma's house or whomever's house you're going to on Thanksgiving? Or even if you're not, right? You're not going to grandma's house. Everybody's coming to your house. You still need to prepare. Did you budget for those things? So being intentional in our finances, being that disruption in the way that we do things is very important. So once you have that vision, once you have that goal, I think the thing that's most important next is to take the next step. And one of the things that I'm a firm believer in is momentum creates additional momentum. When you move forward, it helps you to keep going forward.
Right.
And that's one of the things that JoJo and I talk about. With everything that we try, we say, girl, are we going to do this? Well, we said we're going to do it, so we might as well go ahead and do it.
That's right. That's right.
Once you start, take that first step and get going, that momentum tends to push you. It's just like a snowball. One of the things that I teach about is not only in budgeting and saving and investing, but the first thing is getting that debt taken care of, right? Getting to the point to where you can now have true freedom, because being in debt, owing on those credit cards, all those different things, that's simply not freedom for you. So how do you disrupt that? How do you disrupt your financial situation?
Yes.
Because you have God-given talents within you that you are sitting on. Some of y'all probably sitting there hating the fact that you got to go to work today. It's Monday morning and we got to go to work. We got to go to this job that we hate and we're dreading it. But the problem is this: we're sitting on our God-given talents.
Yes.
Right? We're sitting on those talents that we could possibly be using to make some additional resources for our families. So think about those things that you're good at. How can you be the disruption in your own life so that you change the financial situation for you and your family so you can truly build what we call generational wealth? Now, I'm not just talking to you. I'm also talking to myself, because there are
Yes.
certain things that I also have to do to make sure that I stay on target. And one of the things that I'm struggling with right now, and I tell JoJo this, and I might as well go ahead and tell the world, one of the things I'm struggling with right now is leaving my job. Right?
Yes.
I have a great job, guys. I make 6 figures in my job, but I am not in the same place as when I'm talking about helping people to develop their financial futures. I love talking to people about this, training people about this, teaching people about this, but I also have my job, and that's that security blanket. Now, don't
Yes.
get me wrong, I am using my job to help pay for, my job is the beneficiary or the support system for my business, right? That's how
Yes.
my business is going. So I'm using my job to be the disruption in my finances, if you will. I'm sorry, JoJo, I didn't mean to start preaching. I feel like
That's
just
okay.
think about it, guys. How can you be the disruption in your financial situation? What are some things that you can change? You don't have to stay on that one job. And that's one thing we hear about those millionaires, right?
Yes.
They have more than one source of income. And that's one of the things where we fail, right? We have only one source of income. We depend on our jobs all the time to be able to do the things that we want to do. So how can we change that situation? Because in many cases, guys, we're broke because we want to be broke. Let me
Yes.
say that again. You're broke because you want to be broke.
Yes,
So be the
ma'am.
disruption in your finances. I'm sorry,
Yes.
JoJo, didn't mean to take over.
That's, hey, that was our disruption of time today. That's okay. It was much needed.
Yes,
So, guys, I think, especially when it comes to your finances, and I just want to add one thing to Lynn. When it comes to being disruptive in your finances, is you have to. Well, let me do this first. So, my part of being disruptive in your life. So to be bold enough to be disruptive in your life, mine is that you have to be committed to the change in your life. When I tell you have to be committed, and Dr. Farrow is on here, and he made me, I met him when I worked for a law firm, and he forced me to be committed to a healthier lifestyle. When he came to my office, emptied out my entire candy drawer, took my favorite strawberry ice cream and my peppermint ice cream. And when I came
oh
back
wow.
from lunch, all of it was gone. And he was like, "Are you going to do this? Or are you going to eat candy?" I was like, "But that was my candy." So you have to be committed to the change. So when I first left my abuser, and I was just depressed and I was sad, and one day I was like, you know what, there's got to be something better. Once I had the idea that I wanted better, I became committed to the change of myself. And here's the thing, Lynn, and I know you can co-sign with this, is that when you become committed to you, to your change, Dr. Farrell, you are not sorry, but I love the results. When you become committed to that change, there will be people who will be around to uncommit you to that change, to make sure that you come off track. So when I'm telling you, you have to be committed, you have to be committed in your heart of hearts for yourself. You have to be made up in your own mind that this is what you want to do, whether it's your finances, whether it's your life, whatever it is, you have to be committed. So if you were here Wednesday, we talked about what is fear. So we had to, break it down, identify your fears. And Thursday was know your fear triggers. And then Friday, we had Freebie Friday, where you got Lynn's budget toolkit. So you've gotten some stepping stones. So today you should be using Lynn's budget toolkit to get past, to be this disruption in your life, guys. And then mine for Friday was just to be, when you list those things out, pick one that you're going to, when you list out your fears and why it's a trigger for you, pick one of those. Or if you want to be bold and do 3, I suggest one, honey. One for me was more than enough. And when I was coming out of my depression, if I brushed my teeth, my one was great. So pick one that you're going to be committed to, and be committed to it just for the day. You don't have to even, at this point, if you feel like 30 days is too much, it is your business to be committed to your change for one day. And if once you realize at the end of the day that you made it through that commitment, then tomorrow, by all means, continue that commitment. But you've got to be committed to the change of you. Have your mind made up, because life and other people will ensure that they cause another type of disruption. So you
Right.
have to be bold. Yes, you got to make your bed, Dr. Farrell. That's correct. Once you make like your bed, your mind should, once you get up out of it, you should be careful who you let in it.
Oh,
So guard your mind at all times. So
oh.
that's everything we have for today. Lynn, you want to tell everybody how to find you and where
Yes,
they
but
can.
before I tell you how to find me, I just need to share that quote of the day again because I
Mm-hmm.
think that's going to be beneficial for some. Just remember, it takes less time to do things right than to explain why you did it wrong. And again, guys, I'm talking to myself. Where can you find me? You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Demons Speak. You can also find me at Demons Enterprise on Facebook. And my website is demonsenterprise.com. I'm sorry, I can't talk this morning. I'm too excited about this disruption. But thank you so much for your time, and continue to join in with us every morning on a Fearless Morning Show.
That's right. So today, guys, our topic was be bold enough to be the disruption in your own life. I think we're going to put that on a t-shirt, Lynn. So you guys be looking for that. You might need to gift that to somebody this year for Christmas or for Thanksgiving or for any day. So be bold enough to be the disruption in your own life. I promise you it will be life changing. Tomorrow is Take Action Tuesday. So with tomorrow, we expect to hear some actions that you guys have taken. If you want to be featured in the fearless moment of the day, just let us know what's the one thing that you have done that helped you move you along the way to be fearless. And we'll be glad to show to share your moment. And as always, we'll be here Monday through Friday, 7:15 to 7:30, because we just want to take a few minutes of your time to give you some fearless actions that you can take to get your day started. You can find me. This is my Facebook. So you can find me on my Facebook. Of course, my website is bafearless.com. You can find all the information there. If you're on Twitter or Instagram, it is just my first name, Yamitra. There's only one of me. So I promise if you put in my name, you will find me. So, all right, guys, we actually 2 minutes over today, but that's okay. It was well worth it. You guys have a great day, and we will see you in the morning at 7:15.
Thank
Bye.
you, guys. And hi, Janine. Hi, Stella McDaniel. Thank you guys for posting. Have a good one.
Thank you, guys. Have a great day. Hey, Kimberly.